Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ranger's Respite. I'm Philip, and today is Saturday, and that means it is time for a Lost Lantern review. Now, as you may know, the spinning wheel thing that I use to pick what I review is currently on the fritz. So, I've just gone with the easy option, which is the March Discovery Club release from Lost Lantern. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to support this channel, if you like what I do, and you'd like to support this channel in a more monetary fashion than just liking, commenting, and subscribing, all of which does do a lot to promote our channel and my channel and my videos to the wider audience. I also sell these. This is a ballpoint twist pen and a rollerball pen. These are turned from Quercus Robert or French oak. That French oak came from a barrel stave, from a barrel that held cognac for 45 years before being used to finish a peated American single malt whiskey from the Pacific Northwest. If you know, you know. Now, back to this. So, this is my first pour of this beautiful bourbon. I haven't really spent a whole lot of time looking at it because I've been busy. It's got a nice deep ruby color. Oh, I should tell you a little bit about it. This is from Proof Artisan Distillers in Fargo, North Dakota. It is, bottled at 57.2% alcohol by volume or 114.4 proof. It is distilled from a mash of 80% corn, 20% malted barley. It is 5 years old. This is one of 199 total bottles. Now, let's talk about this. This is my first pour of it. This is my first look at it, really. Ooh, interesting. On the nose, it has bold, bold oakiness, but also like corn sweetness, a little bit of like caramel. Something that reminds me a little bit of Necco wafers. Like just sort of like a sugar candy, chalky mineralic sugar candy. Um just a little bit of like an apricot note. Ooh. Ooh. On the palate, there's more of that like mineralic note, some more like sweet stone fruit notes, some caramel, some like. So if you've ever been running a bandsaw table saw and it's moving kind of slow, and so you're getting like the burn marks on the edge of the wood, there's a particular scent that oak makes when you're doing that, and there's a note of that on there that's really strong but nicely woven in. There's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of surprisingly bold like candy corn, a little bit. Candy corn. Now that I've vocalized that, that's the primary tasting note that I'm getting is candy corn. Maybe a little bit of like marshmallow fluff. Hmm. The finish. The finish is this like it's remarkably sweet, but it's all those like oak notes with like sugar added. A little bit of like toasted warmth to it. It just sort of slowly tapers to just this nice, rich vanilla caramel note. Very nice. Very nice. It's nice and oily. And, pardon me. And it's not this like, it's sitting in this like really nice point in terms of proof where there's enough there to really let you know that it is proofy, that it is cask strength. But it's not like eating away at the inside of your mouth. And it's not like its proof isn't cutting down on like the oily texture that nicely coats the palate and gives you all those nice flavors. I think around 57% is like one of the like really perfect proof points, if that makes sense, where you get like all the good oils are like there. You're not like stripping them out, but they're also not overwhelmed by the volume of alcohol contained, if that makes sense. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the candy corn note, now that I've vocalized that, is really just sort of like being the one note that really strikes me. Which is, I've done it to myself. I mean, the power of suggestion will really kick you in the butt. Now, I always ask and answer 3 questions. These bottles are no exception. First one being, do I enjoy it? Yeah. Again, I'm not really a bourbon drinker, but this has some really interesting notes to it. It's a nice proof point. Tastes good. Yeah, I'd say I enjoy it. Do I think it's a good value? You know what? Yeah. I mean, I think this is worth the cost of entry into the Discovery Club. Because again, this is a Discovery Club release. This is one, a limited release, and 2, it is, from a distillery that you probably might have trouble getting. So like that cost, which is for me about $120, which includes shipping. And I try to avoid including shipping, in which case it's about $100. I have to say it's worth it. It's worth every penny. It's like you get to try best foot forward from any given distillery that Lost Lantern works with, because Adam and Nora know how to pick barrels. They know what's good. They know what sort of palate or what sort of whiskey will hit the most palates the right way. And I don't think they ever miss. There are some that I like less than others, but they always put out a solid whiskey. All that said, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, right. The third and final question. Do I recommend it? Yes. This is a blanket recommendation for the Discovery Club. Most of the Lost Lantern bottles you see behind me are Discovery Club bottles. Let's see. That's a Discovery Club bottle. That's one. That's one. That's one. Oh, and down here, there is one of these is. Nope, none of those are. Where's the Oh, that's a Discovery Club bottle. That's one. That's one. That's one. That's another one. And that's one. There's another one up there. Genuinely worth it every time, in my personal opinion. And I recommend joining the Discovery Club. It's a way for you to try whiskey from distilleries that you have never heard of frequently. I'm a little bit more plugged into most people, so they've only gotten me a couple times on distilleries that I've never heard of. I think Santan, Backwards. I think those are the two that I didn't that I hadn't already heard of. Oh, Days to File I hadn't heard of. Anyway, it's a really great program. You get to try a lot of cool stuff from distilleries all over the United States that you would otherwise not necessarily have the option of trying. And it is always that distillery's best foot forward, if that makes sense. With all that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, next week I will be reviewing something else. In the meantime, all right, what am I doing on Wednesday? I don't remember. I think it's the Belmont Farm single malt. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay happy, stay geese. Sláinte.